Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Ben, and today I'm back with another banger of video. Guys, today I'm going to be continuing my MLB season previews for teams, and today we're going to go into the AL Central. I know we were at the Brewers last time, so we were in the NL Central. Now we're going to the AL Central, and we're going to do the Chicago White Sox. Why? I don't know. I just felt like switching it up. I'm going to continue to switch it up. I mean, next video, I'm pretty sure I want to hit an NL East team, and then afterwards, we're probably going to switch over to the AL East. So, I mean, we'll probably go NL West, AL West, and then we'll just continue shifting it up. But today we're going to talk about the Chicago White Sox because, last season it was quite, I mean, what's the other word? Garbage, ass, horrible, horrendous.
Whoa, relax, dude. Take it easy, man. Cool your beans, bro.
Those just are a few words to name it, but it was bad. It was really bad. They had a really bad losing streak. It was just a really bad season for the White Sox. And going into the offseason, they were hoping that, there would be several changes, maybe Cease getting traded. They did have a trade where Bummer, I think, or who else, went to the Braves, and they got Nicky Lopez and Soroka. I mean, it was one of those things where the White Sox knew that they weren't going to have the best offseason. They never spend that much. Shit, they never really do spend that much. I mean, Bryce Harper could have been in the White Sox, but Reinsdorf didn't want to play extra cash, and that's crazy, bro. That's like cheapskating at its finest. Jerry Reinsdorf right now is looking at the aspects of getting a new ballpark in downtown Chicago. So that is one thing to look out. And I've seen the pictures. I'm going to show them to you guys right here. Man, this view right here, cold as hell, to be honest, bro. The skyline in the background is just absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous, man. And I felt like this got to happen. It got to happen. Here's a little outside look of it. I'm not going to lie. Compared to the one they got right now, it's a way better upgrade. They look absolutely beautiful. And honestly, I'm very hyped. If the process of getting a new stadium is approved and everything like that, or a new ballpark more so, that will be absolutely electric. I feel like they do need one because, Guarantee Rate Field, one of the lowest ranked. I don't know if you guys saw my MLB ballpark rankings, but one of the lowest ranks, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, moving on to talking about the team more so right now. They're still being managed by Pedro Grifol. And I feel like his first season, I mean, it wasn't the best, obviously, with the players. I don't know. I felt like there was just a lack of determination with the players. Down goes Anderson.
First, now Hosey and Anderson square off. They're fighting. They're swinging. Down goes Anderson. Down goes Anderson.
And that's one of the moments that was a highlight for them. And, I mean, it's not a good highlight. Bro got dropped by J-Ram. And as this video is getting recorded the day of, he recently just signed with the Miami Marlins. So, yeah, Tim Anderson is going to the Marlins. So they lost that piece. Jake Burger's a Marlin. I mean, he got traded. But, a lot of their players right now, they're kind of at a, make or break point. Especially like Yoan Moncada. Let me think. Eloy Jimenez, Fachot. I mean, I'm not going to say Andrew Vaughn because he still needs a little bit of time. I think, there's a lot of players that obviously are in that category. Like Dylan Cease had a pretty bad season, but I think he could bounce back. I'm pretty sure he will. They did sign pitcher Chris Flexen. Like I said, they got Soroka from that trade. I'm trying to think who else they got, but I know they have Martin Maldonado as their catcher because Yasmani Grandal, he ain't no longer on the team. So, yeah, I mean, the White Sox right now, as it's looking, I mean, it's one of those things where they have a little bit of talent coming in, but not like explosive talent that's going to be detrimentally like changing for the team. So that's one thing to keep in mind. They also had Paul DeJong added at shortstop, so that's a new shortstop, which honestly I think that he's a pretty good bat in the lineup. And, I mean, the main guy that we talk about when it comes to the White Sox is none other than their center fielder, Luis Robert Jr. Man, that guy is an absolute stud. Luis Robert, I mean, to be honest with you, he could be an MVP contender. If the team was just a little bit better, he could be an MVP contender. I still think he will be an MVP contender because that guy, he has all the talent in the world to succeed. And it's just, I feel like it's a little bit bad. Like, I feel a little bit sorry for him more so because the team is just not going to compete this year, in my opinion. It's not going to compete. I know the AL Central is bad even then, but, it's not going to be a way that they, in my opinion, are going to win the AL Central by any means. I could be surprised. I could be shocked, but I just don't see it. Not at all. And Luis Robert is the only highlight of that team. Obviously, Cease, if he has a bounce-back year. But I feel like Cease is going to get traded by the deadline. No doubt in my mind that he will not be a White Sox by the end of this season. So that's one thing also to just put into perspective that Cease is really trying to, this first half of the season before the All-Star break. He's just basically just trying to get, his trade value up, pitch well, because he didn't pitch well, to be fair. He did not pitch well last season, so he's trying to bring up that trade value. And hopefully the White Sox, when they do trade Cease eventually, because I don't think he'll stay until the end of the season. I just think there's no way they get a good return package for him. And I think they will at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, in my opinion, I think the package that the White Sox are going to receive for Cease is going to be better than the one that the Brewers received for Corbin. I just think, in my opinion, that is going to be the case. The White Sox projected wins, I'm not sure what it's at. I'll put it right here what the books have it. But whatever it is, I could for sure see it going lower. I don't think this team is going to win a lot of games. I just don't see that being realistic. Maybe they'll have a small winning streak, but I think a big losing streak, another big losing streak like the one that they had last season, is going to be incoming. Because, yeah, their pitching staff is not great. It's not good. It's not, it's below average. It's below average. And if you take Cease out of that pitching staff, they're cooked. They're absolutely cooked. That pitching staff is ass. It's trash. Excuse my language. Sorry for cussing. But yeah, it's ass. Let's keep it a buck. They still have Gavin Sheets, Oscar Colas, who had a pretty underwhelming season last year. So right now, things for the White Sox are just looking pretty dim overall. And I'm not surprised if they become the worst team in the league. And I'm just saying it. I'm keeping it a buck. I'm not surprised if they become the worst team in the league, because I feel like it's going to be the Luis Robert Jr. show, and that's going to be it. That's going to be it. That's going to be pretty much it, to be honest, because Cease, like I said, I don't see him staying for the whole season right there in Chicago. But at the end of the day, I could be shocked, because I honestly thought he was going to be traded somewhat during this offseason. And, I mean, spring training has begun, and obviously the preseason has begun. And nothing has happened. Cease is still a White Sox, so, I mean, I don't see a way he doesn't or isn't the opening day starter. I just don't see a way that's not the case. But whatever the books have, like I said, whatever the books have the White Sox over under when it comes to wins projections, it's going to be under. I'm calling it right now. It's going to be under. I'm hoping that when the season is over, I look at all my over under predictions for the teams, and I get most of them right. But I'm for sure, I feel like I'm going to get this one right 100%. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to the White Sox, there's a lot to look forward to, because it could be more so like F-it season. It could be like they have fun moments. There's more to look forward to, knowing that they're not really going to compete for that AL Central, in my opinion. Because if you think that they have the expectations to win it, you're cooked. Like, as bad as the AL Central is, I think we all know that they're not going to compete for it, bro. It doesn't take a genius to know that. At the end of the day, I do feel like the Chicago White Sox might have good moments throughout the season. Maybe, a good highlight or two every week or so. But, man, it's going to be tough to watch a team like that, knowing, how hard they have fallen off, specifically from, 2021. It's crazy to really put that into perspective, how hard they've truly fallen off, bro. Thinking this team could have probably beat the Astros in a series back in 2021, just for them to, lose. Thinking about the rotation that they had with Cease, prime Lance Lynn, a Cy Young contender Lance Lynn, Carlos Rodon. Now to where they're at right now, it's absolutely unbelievable. I don't know if it's ownership to blame, but I do feel like it's a big part. Jerry Reinsdorf. That's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that a lot of cheap skating ways have come into factor for the White Sox, and honestly, it has really much so prevented them for going for another World Series, and it probably won't happen anytime soon now, because they're more so rebuilding, going into that rebuilding phase at least. And at the end of the day, we got to understand that it's mostly the ownership. Like, when hiring Tony La Russa, a lot of people thought, it was a bad move from the start, and it came out to be a horrible move. Bro was falling asleep in the dugout, should I say, and it was just horrible, and it's just led on to worse things. Obviously, I don't have nothing against Pedro Grifol. I think he's going to have a better season as manager. I feel like he's a good manager. I don't think he's a bad manager, but he's not someone that's going to obviously turn around the team and turn them straight into, 3 straight contenders, for the World Series. Not even straight contenders for the AL Central, in my opinion. And I feel like that's just out of his control. Because, if ownerships really wanted it for the White Sox after 2021, they could have honestly had more so of a splurge, brought back Rodon. They could have just done more things, bro. And they just messed up a lot. They messed up a lot, and they messed up a lot of ways to obviously succeed with the team. Obviously, 2022 wasn't a good one. 2023 was a really bad one, and I expect another downward year. And honestly, at this point, it's very sad. one thing I think, you look at the White Sox, their farm is not a great farm, but Colson Montgomery should be up sooner than later. He is a stud, and I feel like when he comes to the league, I feel like he's going to deliver, a straight impact. So I think that's one thing to look forward to when it comes to their farm system. But yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the White Sox fans in general this year. Don't expect a lot of, the White Sox, we're making a run. No, because that's not going to happen in a while. Let's be real. It's not going to happen in a while. And it's good to hope, it's good to dream, and it doesn't cost. That's a great part of it. But at the end of the day, you got to realize that this team has really missed its opportunity. And it's crazy because its gap of success of going for the World Series was really short. And it trimmed down to straight up the ownership problems. And that's straight up the thing. And, hopefully at this point they get a new ballpark, the one that Jerry Reinsdorf is vocally wanting to, get at the downtown area of Chicago, more so up north. So hopefully that happens. But at the end of the day, man, there's not a lot of hope for this team this season, in the next few seasons, unless something drastic happens and something drastic changes. And unless that happens, which I don't see happening, this team is cooked, to put it quite frank. All I do want to say, though, going that aside, we are going to be live streaming Elimination Chamber. Literally 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning, the stream is going to start. So hopefully you guys can tune in, because that is going to be an absolutely lit live stream. My boy Lorden will be making an appearance. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He will be making an appearance because his sleep schedule's been cooked and he'd be up at night. So Lorden will be making an appearance. Yes, sir. It's going to be lit. It's going to be lit. I hope you guys are there, to have a good time in the stream, watch some wrestling, watch some WWE, because I feel like there's going to be 2 great chamber matches, and I'm excited for it. Perth, Australia. At the end of the day, we up at 3 in the morning watching it. It's going to be lit. I'm so excited for it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Appreciate all the support you guys have shown to the channel. Let's continue going strong. These daily uploads will not end. And I'm just so excited to be delivering content to you guys on a daily basis. Yeah, that's pretty much it, though. Other than that, I'll catch you guys on the flippity flip, boys. Alright, in my opinion, that wasn't a good outro. And I didn't do it the right way. So it's been your boy Ben, and I'll catch you guys on the flippity flip, boys.